and welcome to this call on the ILM Level 5 Certificate in Leadership and Management, the Psychology of Success with NLP. I am super excited to be talking to you about this today because this is a unique program. This program combines the leadership management tools and techniques that are well known and proven within the business world with the incredible power of neuro-linguistic programming. So NLP was created through modeling people who are exceptional in their field so that you can become exceptional in yours. So if you are a leader, maybe you're a director of your own company, or you're a manager or leader within public sector, private sector, and are curious about how you can tap into your own potential and to be able to become that leader that inspires others, that others want to follow you, then this is the program for you. So my name's Emma McNally, and I run an NLP and leadership and training company here in Essex. So we deliver a number of courses: neuro-linguistic programming, coaching and mentoring, and obviously this leadership and management course. We work in partnership with other people, and for this program, we're working in partnership with ICL, which is the Institute of Leadership and Management Centre based in Kent. So Stephen Andrews is the person we're working with on this. And together we're bringing you this program. So what I'm going to do today is that I am going to go through what you can expect. So the course is divided into 4 units. The first unit is around management communication, and this really is about laying the foundations. Management communication, as you probably know, is absolutely critical in terms of success, in terms of leadership. So it's a 3-day unit, and that's going to be in person in Essex, the UK, is where you will be attending that course. So it's split into 6 modules. We talk about the importance of effective communication. We look at communication cycles, the neuro-linguistic programming communication model, and we look at the importance of the words that we use. We'll be covering some fabulous language patterns within that, the Milton model, the meta model. We'll be looking at reading between the lines and reframing and looking at the predicates that we use. We're going to be looking at understanding your audience, so building rapport, understanding their preferences, even understanding the structure of personality so that we can deliver our messages so that it reduces resistance and you can land your information and your communication more effectively. We're going to talk about how you could develop your own communication skills, giving you some practical tools and techniques, and also then how you can evaluate communications effectively. This whole program is going to be structured in the way that you learn about the topics, but also have an opportunity within the course to practice, implement, and use those skills with each other and then back in the workplace. You'll then be set an assignment. It's a 2,500 word assignment covering the importance of effective communication and management and how to develop those skills as a reflective manager. So the next unit is around leading innovation and change. This is a 4-day program, and again, it's in-person classroom learning in Essex. So the first module is an introduction to innovation, why it's so important, why do we need to innovate, the impact that it has in terms of organizations and what happens if you don't. So we're then going to talk about how to foster that innovative culture. How do you create a culture that is supportive of innovation? We look at risk management. We look at understanding change management within this and how managing like the change curve, the stages of change, as well as how to lead change initiatives. So real practical tools of what to do. We look at resistance to change. We look at the reasons why there may be those resistance to change and then what to do about it and how to implement innovation and change effectively. And then we're going to look at how to evaluate and sustain that change to make sure that absolutely you get the outcomes that you want, how to measure that success. And then, which is really exciting, we're going to be setting yourselves a project. And that project is all about how you can apply your learning within the organization that you're working. So that the organization benefits and you benefit from hands-on delivery of a project, because you're going to have all the skills to be able to do that. And then once you've done that, you've also got a 2,500 word assignment, which you can write up, including the need for innovation and change, how to propose innovative solutions to improve that organizational performance, and to be able to lead and manage the change. So you've obviously got that project that you can then write up in that way. And the way that the assignments are structured, just as an aside here, there are some new questions, and so that you can write those answers nice and easily. You'll have all of the content that you need within the delivery of the course. What I would also say is the 2,500 word doesn't have to be exact. If you're like me and you use lots of words, it can be more, or even less, but it's about the quality of what you've written. That's the important bit. Okay, so then on to Unit 3. This is assessing your own leadership capability and performance. So you have 2 days in-person classroom learning, again in Essex, plus you have a half day on Zoom on this one. So what we have first of all is these 6 modules that we're going to talk about, an introduction to leadership. Now, we cover leadership pretty much throughout. So when we're looking at innovation and change, we look at transformational leadership. But what we're going to do is build on this. So we're going to look at the role and responsibilities of leaders. We're going to look at the key leadership skills and what it means to be a great leader. And within this, we're going to cover delegation, we're going to cover influencing, we're going to cover empathy, we're going to be covering things like emotional intelligence, we're going to negotiation, and all sorts of fabulous skills to enable you to inspire other people and to become that leader that you want to be. We're going to look at a number of leadership styles, from situational, behavioural, the types and the styles that are well known. Plus, we're going to do a deep dive into a couple of leadership styles I absolutely love, in terms of the needs-based leadership by Imaginarian, and also in terms of being a resonant leader. And then we're going to be setting a modelling project for you. So NLP was created through modelling, as I say, people who are exceptional in their field. So this modelling project is about you finding a leader who inspires you, somebody who you want to be more like. And we will give you all the tools and techniques for you to be able to model that person. So to find out their values, to be able to work out what their vision is, who they are as a person, their skills, so that you can then step into their shoes and have that similar level of success. As always, there's an assignment on this unit. So 2,500 words again, understanding leadership styles within an organisation, and review the effectiveness of your own leadership capability and performance in meeting organisational values and goals. And then being able to adopt that effective leadership style to motivate staff to achieve organisational values and goals. There's a lot in this module about motivation and how to effectively motivate others. So you'll be undertaking that modelling project, and then the half day on Zoom is where you will present your modelling project, so just about 10 minutes of what your findings were, so that other people from the group can learn from your experiences. And then the final unit is making professional presentations. As a leader, this is so important. You can have the best ideas, you can have incredible change initiatives, you can have all of that, but if you can't communicate it in a way that engages and supports your audience, then there's a piece missing. So that's why we put this module in here. So it's 1 day in person and then a half day on Zoom a bit later on. So the module talks about planning a professional presentation, really does a deep dive into how to structure it, how to consider your audience, how to manage those tricky old questions that sometimes pop up. And we look at handouts and the technology that you might need, and we take you step by step through how to create this powerful presentation where people are going to be fascinated in what you have to say. We're then going to look at evaluating your own ability to make that professional presentation. And guess what? You are going to complete a presentation on that half day on Zoom. So you'll have time between the in-person classroom learning and that half day on Zoom to prepare your presentation and then deliver it to your peers. So that gives you the opportunity to do the evaluation too. So again, an assignment, 2,500 words, how about being able to plan, deliver and evaluate a professional presentation. So those are the 4 units. So that's what we're covering. And in terms of how you can go about getting this incredible qualification, is there's two options for you. So the first option is just undertaking the ILM Level 5 Certificate in Leadership and Management, the Psychology of Success with NLP as a straight qualification. Okay, so that would be working with Stephen and myself. I would be your tutor, and Stephen and his company, because they're the ILM Centre, will do all of the assessments and support you through achieving and getting your qualification. So your investment is 1995 plus VAT, and it's a 12-month course. So I've got contact details at the end, so you feel free to contact us in terms of the next dates for this course. Now, if you are a leader who has a number of leaders working for you and you want it within your organisation, again, please contact us, because that also is a possibility. That's option one. Option two is very exciting, because this is where we've partnered. So ICL and myself have partnered with AYG Training Limited, and they are an apprenticeship provider. So gone are the days where apprenticeships are just for young people coming out of school or college. Nowadays, there's something called the apprenticeship levy. Now, the apprenticeship levy allows you to, depending on certain criteria, tap into funding for programs such as this. So this is almost a double whammy, because you will get the ILM certificate as described through these slides and what I've talked to you about already, plus a qualification in terms of the operation managers, which is again a level 5. So you almost get two qualifications, or you do get two qualifications for the price of one. So there's certain criteria, which I'm going to go through in a second, for you to be able to draw down that funding, or we draw it down on your behalf. So 20% of the time, if you go down the apprenticeship option, is to be spent in off-the-job training. So what that means is that any work that you do in terms of actually attending the courses, you're writing up your assignments, the research on any of the work that you're doing, all of that counts. So the project that we talked about, the delivering that presentation, or if you're looking to, you run a team meeting and you're putting in new tools and techniques, maybe you're eliciting one of your team members' values. Well, that's all part of this course, and that can count as off-the-job training. So it starts from about 16 months, 15, 16 months. And again, message us to find out when the next course is running. So depending on your employment status, you could be paying as little as 5% of the costs of the apprenticeship. So that could be as low as 350 plus VAT, because obviously the pricing structure is slightly different if you go down the apprenticeship route. So let's talk about the eligibility of the apprenticeship levy. So you must be employed by a limited company, public sector, or charity, and be paid via PAYE. That's the really critical bit. You must be resident in the UK for the last 3 years, and you must have GCSE English and Maths at grade C or above, which nowadays in modern grading is 4 or 5. Now, if you don't have that, so we need to have evidence of your certificate of this. If you don't have that or can't get hold of evidence of that, it can be added to the program, okay? So it's called functional skills, and it can be weaved in the apprenticeship program. So you also mustn't already be in possession of an equivalent qualification in leadership and management. So if you've got a degree, but it's in a different topic, that's absolutely fine. You still need to have your English and Maths at grade C or above. And if you have a different qualification or something, maybe an MBA, but you think, well, this sounds different, talk to us. Because if the criteria, if the syllabus is different, then there's still an opportunity there. So you must also not already be completing any other government-funded qualifications. So provided you meet that criteria, then you can absolutely tap into the apprenticeship levy. Now, the program is longer because there's more to it. Because of this operations management, there's key skills and behaviours. You get assessed throughout, so you'll have somebody coming from the ABM Limited to visit you at least once a month to see how you're progressing. And on those skills, there's research that you'll need to be doing, and there'll be assessments throughout, and there'll be an end assessment, and that's a project. And guess what? All of the ILM stuff fits very nicely in with it. So you'll have to do all the ILM stuff, plus you'll do more, but instead of duplicating it, you'll be able to use your ILM evidence for your apprenticeship. And there will be some additional stuff too. So you get double bubble on this one. But we've designed it in a way to make sure that rather than duplicating it, you do it once, but it can count as evidence for both. So next steps. So if you're interested in just the ILM qualification route, then please contact me or Stephen from Inspiring Cultures Limited. Our contact details are there on the screen right now. So yeah, drop us an email and we can talk about our next open access course that we've got running. If you're interested in the apprenticeship route, which includes this ILM qualification, then again, feel free to contact Stephen or myself, or you can go directly to Gilly, because Gilly at ABM Training Limited will help you to talk about the company, your levy status and your eligibility to check whether that route is okay for you. And they're a fabulous company because not only will they help you in terms of eligibility, but they'll also help you in terms of your company getting registered for the apprenticeship levy if you're not already registered. So they're basically going to hold your hand through this whole thing. So I've covered a lot of content. I hope this has inspired you and given you some food for thought. You've got 2 routes there that I'm more than happy to talk to you about. So if you want to contact me, please do. More than happy to share more information with you around this incredibly exciting program. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to sharing some NLP with leadership and management with you very, very soon. Thank you so much.